And Prime Minister Modi will land in Uzbekistan later this evening to attend the first in-person Shanghai Cooperation Organisation meeting since 2019. All eyes are going to be on whether Prime Minister Modi will have a bilateral meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping after Chinese troops pull back from the contentious Petrol Point 15 at Kogra and Hot Springs. The pullback of troops from PP-15 has sparked speculation about the likelihood of a Modi-Xi meeting at Samarkand. The leaders will be face-to-face many times in the next year and a half. The first instance will be the G20 summit to be held later this year. India will be hosting the next SCO meeting in Delhi next year, followed by G20 summit in China. Meanwhile, in Uzbekistan, the visit of Prime Minister Modi has cleared a buzz within the Indian diaspora. My colleague Geeta Mohan speaks to Indian Ambassador Manish Prabhat over Chinese presence in Uzbekistan in terms of investment, infrastructure and other development projects.
Uzbekistan is very uniquely positioned. I see a lot of Chinese presence in Uzbekistan in terms of investments, infrastructure, and we're looking at a lot of connectivity and infrastructure development projects. Is there any overlap between the Chinese projects that are a part of BRI and the SCO projects of connectivity that could overlap and could be a concern for India?
Connectivity has been an important question in SCO space, especially because 4 Central Asian countries are part of SCO, and for the landlocked Central Asian countries, the issue of connectivity is very important. There may be different options of working on connectivity, with group of countries working together, groups of countries working together. We all know that India is a very strong votary of making Chabahar port as the operational hub of establishing connectivity between India and Central Asia, and all the Central Asian countries understand that the big market of India becomes accessible to them if they trade with us through Chabahar. Of course, a lot of infrastructure development needs to be done around the port of Chabahar, and we are all discussing that. It is very good that Uzbekistan is also very strongly supportive of to join hands with us in working for the greater usage of the Chabahar port.
Finally, before I let you go, again, Uzbekistan and India quite uniquely positioned, because this is a grouping that more or less has become quite, and if you look at the larger picture, quite anti-West. India, not so much, and Uzbekistan is a country that America is trying to engage. So in all that, how do you see the engagement of America over here and India's position in balancing between Russia, China and America and the West?
India is very clear that, and this has been said at the SCO platforms also, that SCO is not an organization which is against any other bloc of countries or any particular country. SCO is a venture where all cooperate for constructive things and for peace and stability in the world. If there could be concerns of different countries on various kinds of issues, but the platform is there to talk about these issues. So India has always kept this position, and of course we would try to take SCO in a very constructive, correct space and position, and as the next chair also we would continue to do so.
As the next chair, given that India is going to be the next chair of the SCO, thank you so much, Ambassador Manish Prabhat, for speaking to us here on India Today. That's an exclusive conversation from Tashkent, Uzbekistan.